beautiful.
Because not only was it a government shutdown, Trump went and said, make sure they don't get their SNAP benefits. Yeah. That's just cruel, bro.
Yeah.
Wait. He said what?
There are years worth of funding available for the SNAP program, our tax dollars that we have already paid to the federal government to facilitate this program, and the Trump administration deleted this language from the website this morning. They are hiding the fact that not only is there more than enough funding to pay these benefits that we have already paid our tax dollars into, but that there was contingency language to ensure that even in the event of a government shutdown, that SNAP would go uninterrupted. The Trump administration and the Republicans supporting him are using food as a political weapon.
He made it to. Let me look it up. Let me say the right thing. I don't.
So there's like a fund that, like an emergency fund,
yes,
that they have if a situation like this were to happen, where people they can still pay the SNAP benefits out, and Trump was like, nah, we're not gonna tap into this fund.
Yes, Supreme Court allowed Trump the administration to temporarily withhold some SNAP payments for November. So. That's just cruel.
Yeah.
On top of everything else that's going on, to be like, nah, withhold the SNAP payments. God damn. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. So it's just like, yo, man, for me to get on the air and say that last week, that's just common sense. I'm speaking for the people, the federal workers. I'm speaking for the people I know not getting the SNAP benefits.
So can you break this down for me?
And then hold on, a week later, when the Democrats do exactly what I knew they were going to do all along, now people mad at Democrats. Which I think is ridiculous because Democrats threw a Hail Mary on behalf of the American people. They knew that they had no shot in hell at this, but they did it anyway.
So that's why I want to break this down. Okay, so this is about passing the Big Beautiful Bill.
Yes.
Okay, so they're trying to get this Big Beautiful Bill passed.
No, it's passed already.
Okay, so then what is this specific vote about?
They were trying to get the...
I'm sorry, not the Big Beautiful Bill. Sorry, the Big Beautiful Bill is passed already.
They were holding out because they wanted the ACA...
But this is renewing the budget. Like, so every year that they have to vote on the budget or whatever.
They were trying... What do you mean?
Like,
yes.
That's what this is about.
Yes. So they kept the government shut down because they want to get the ACA... The extensions on the ACA subsidies.
Yes. Okay, sorry. Not in the Big Beautiful Bill. Big Beautiful Bill is passed.
But the changes in the Big Beautiful Bill is what
triggered these other things.
Yeah, the subsidies in the ACA.
So what they were trying to do is hold up, they being, I imagine, the Democrats, they were trying to make sure
that the ACA subsidies were extended.
Yeah.
That the ACA subsidies were extended. And so what they were doing is holding up the passing of the budget.
Yep.
Yes.
In order to leverage that change that they wanted, which feels benevolent, right? Because it's like, we want to help out these people who are going to see their healthcare premiums.
It's a beyond righteous cause because people's healthcare premiums was going to skyrocket. Some people were just going to lose their healthcare altogether. Like they were on the right side of history.
And then can you explain to me why healthcare is so impacted by this? Why is the government?
I have no idea.
Why is the government subsidizing healthcare in such a way?
Haven't they always?
And not always, but it's so expensive. Like, healthcare costs have risen so much that they have to raise premiums for insurance companies to make money. And regular people can't afford this increase. So the government is subsidizing that increase.
So I guess what I'm trying to understand is, like, are insurance companies taking advantage of the fact that the government with a bottomless bank account is willing to subsidize?
Absolutely.
And if they are doing that, how can we effectively keep people on healthcare but attack these insurance companies that are essentially like being greedy?
That's what I was thinking. I was talking to one of my homies last week, and they were telling me about this procedure that they got to get. And the procedure without insurance is literally like $150,000 or some shit, right? Yep. And then there's some other shot that they got to get that's in the tens of thousands of dollars. I'm like, yo, there's got to be some form of price gouging, yo. There's no way this shit costs this.
This is the same thing when it comes to universities for kids. The idea is, if the government is going to back loans, student loans, no matter what, the universities can charge really whatever they want because you need to get a college education if you want to be part of the workforce. And that college education is guaranteed backed by the government. So there is no real incentive to not do it, right? The second somebody might say, and I don't necessarily want this, but like somebody might say, oh, if we just remove this like endless bank account for your degree, for example, you want to get a degree in poetry, that's your right.
Yeah.
But we're not going to give you $300,000 in student loans to get a degree in poetry because you might not be able to get a job that's going to be able to pay that back. All of a sudden, a degree for poetry might come down. There are arguments that will poke holes in this, I'm sure, and there are negative aspects to it as well. But the idea being, if you prop up whatever the cost of something is, greedy people will find a way to charge more for it so that you will pay for it. Simple as that, because you know you will. So there's a part of me here where it's like the insurance companies must be culpable and they must understand that these subsidies will go pay these rates. So they must be spiking rates knowing full well that the government's going to step in and pay because they don't want to leave their people uninsured.
I mean, you're right, though. The insurance companies are culpable. That's why you see motherfucking,
Mangione.
Exactly.
So,
like, hey, that's just the reality of the situation.
So is there a version, and again, like I'm ignorant to all this stuff, but like, is there a version where, okay, we've passed this, we can get the government workers their food, their pay? I think that you make a great point where there's like a lot of these like privileged rich pricks talking on TikTok and social media that like literally don't know a single person that is a government worker that is working paycheck to paycheck. And they're just like, hold the line, Dems. Hold the line. It's like, yeah, that's easy for you to say. You talking to a fucking phone for a living. You know, someone that actually has a job and a family that they rely on that paycheck every single fucking week.
And listen, I hate when they go, we got to make sacrifices. Every struggle requires sacrifice. Sure.
Yeah, you first. You first.
Yeah. You first.
You sacrifice.
Man,
TikTok pundit.
I hate that shit so much, yo. I mean, and by the way, I understand the logic of it all.
I don't.
But also, too, where's the plan?
I don't understand the logic.
If you're going to shut the whole government down, how about have something in place for your constituents?
So here's...
federal workers are going to be impacted. People that don't get SNAP are going to be impacted. How about have something in place? Remember that guy that gave that $130 million, even though that was illegal, gave that $130 million for the military officials?
Yeah.
That's, what the fuck?
So here's the thing I'm wondering. It's like, why don't you just pass it, right? So these people that work for our government, the people that worked in these thankless jobs don't have to suffer and their families don't have to suffer. Why don't you just pass it? And then, knowing full well that Republicans also don't want their constituents, as you said, I think more of them are on the Obamacare and SNAP. More of them are SNAP. So more of them are receiving SNAP benefits. I don't know where they are with the Obamacare, but like, they too are incentivized to make sure that their people have health insurance and that they have food, right?
Yeah.
So like, why don't you, after passing it, then work on a bill that will meet the demands of both parties? It seems like there's going to be a lot of bipartisan support there, no?
Nah. Not in this day and age. And that,
really?
No.
You think the Republicans would starve their own people?
Yes.
Interesting.
They were just doing it.
This is not our grandparents' Republicans.
Yeah.
Okay, they just did. Yeah, they
were just doing it.
They just did it.